So I'm experiencing being bored for the first time in my life, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
The things that I do have to do feel difficult. I try to do like 1 or 2 things a day that I need to do, and I just am not doing much, and it doesn't feel good.
So it's exposing like how much of your value you tied to your productivity.
All of it.
Yeah.
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 All of it.
Welcome to the Later in Life podcast. I'm Jackie.
I'm Tori.
I'm Canadian.
I'm American.
And I thought I was straight.
And now she's with me.
We are online friends turned lovers. Join us as we navigate relationships, healing, sexuality, identity shifts, and all the chaos that comes with figuring yourself out later in life.
How do I get out of the friend zone? I'm stuck in a one-way, no way back.
Hey, we're in a new space.
Yeah, we're upstairs.
We're upstairs. This is our soon-to-be kind of studio.
Here, that's better. I fixed it.
Kind of.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a podcast studio.
And a music studio.
Maybe.
Maybe. You try. If you don't, you're going to use your van.
Probably.
Yeah. Okay. But it'll be a podcast studio.
Yeah.
Cool. We'll figure it out. So, it's been an interesting week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still like really full of like cookies right now that I've been trying to get away from. I thought that era was over.
You went on a bit of a binge.
I did. I went on a bender for like a month. I think anyone would have done this. Like, I think everyone in the chronic illness space can agree that if they got all their food tolerance back and they didn't have any food allergies, that they would do exactly what I've been doing, which is drinking all the alcohol, eating all the high histamine foods, all the snack foods, all the cookies,
All the processed food.
all the cheesecake. I think anyone would do that.
Yeah. But what's really interesting is like you've shared with me how you see now after having like 6 years of such a limited diet of how addictive all this food is.
Yeah. So like I can monitor my like alcohol intake and I don't have a problem stopping because I don't want to feel bad past a certain point. But food is like chemically engineered processed food. There's no off switch. Like even though I'm full and it's like hurting me, it's like I can't stop doing it. Can't stop thinking about it. But that's the way that they engineer the food. They pay engineers to do this. They call it a bliss point, which is like a ratio of salt, sugar, and fat that makes you chemically addicted. So since I've reintroduced all these foods, I'm enjoying them, but I'm also feeling like shit in a different way, like not in a chronically ill way, not in an allergic way, just like they're making me lethargic. They're like hijacking my dopamine. And I want to go back to like eating real food.
Yeah. But it's proving hard to do.
Yeah. Well, so last night we had an adventure to the store.
We did.
We had ice cream too.
This was my fault. This last night was my fault. Up until this point, you've just been doing whatever, and I've just been going along.
Yeah.
But last night, I was the one that was like, I could really use something sweet right now, and we didn't have anything sweet in the house, so it wasn't just enough to go to the store and go to the bakery. We also had to go to the ice cream shop in town.
Yeah. At the same time.
At both. And we didn't even just get one thing at the bakery.
No. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to monitor sweet stuff. Like, and that's like by design. It's on purpose, right?
Yeah.
But like, I can monitor everything else except like sugar.
Yeah.
I can't monitor, which is why I have no business like
Eating it
at all. No,
Yeah.
because I can't moderate food. But this is all the stuff I had to like before I got sick. I had the same issue with sugar.
Yeah.
And I was taking metformin actually because my blood sugar was like out of control. So, and then I got off the metformin when I went on a carnivore diet. I didn't need it anymore, obviously, because I wasn't eating any carbs. And there's a lot that not eating carbs did for me that was good. I ended up with nutrient deficiencies because I wasn't eating enough. But like my periods came back and my skin cleared up and my energy was much better.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't hungry all the time. I didn't crave anything sweet. I didn't crave anything really at all. I didn't even think about food. It wasn't on my mind at all, so I could focus on my life.
Yeah.
And now I feel like all this food shit is back and I have to like untangle a whole like eating disorder that I had before, really.
Yeah. It's interesting for me too, because as you're going through this and as you're describing all of this, like I feel like you touched on a lot of things that like I have experienced personally too, especially with like sweet stuff or like chemically engineered food, where there's been times where I felt the exact same way, where I couldn't, like, you can feel that it's not like, it doesn't feel good, but like you can't stop.
Mm-hmm.
And it's absolutely wild to realize, to wake up and realize that this food is, first of all, chemically modified food is cheaper than real food. And it's like so much of it is pushed in our society. Like we've talked about how it really is the addiction that everybody had. Like everybody really has this addiction to this food.
Well, and I could feel a difference like when I was eating processed food in fast food, that my motivation was gone, my energy was gone, my drive was gone. And I was like, oh, I see where like the depression and the anxiety and the apathy comes from.
Well, yeah, you were even struggling with that for a long for like like over the last week. You were like, I just don't know what the fuck is wrong with me, because I just have no motivation to do anything. And it was like messing with your head a bit.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of things going on. So the food is like, you know, having effects on my mental and physical health, but
always
the dogs and the cats. Huh. But anyway, what was I saying?
The food was having an effect on your mental health and physical health.
The food was having an effect on my mental and physical health, but also some of this is burnout.
Yeah.
Like now that I can eat food and now that I'm not moving around anymore and now that I can settle in one place and I'm back in Canada, my body just doesn't want to do anything anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like going downstairs to take the trash out feels like a monumental task that I have to like work myself up for and feel like I need a snack after, like it's too much. Sustaining my attention for more than like 30 minutes is really difficult. Just things that I never had before. I was always really ambitious and motivated and got a lot of things done. And now I feel like I want to do things, but I just don't have the energy or the desire to do them. And I kind of just want to do nothing.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's important to note that like for the like there's a difference between motivation and like wanting to get things done and like surviving and needing to do things, right? So like for the last year, you've been in this constant state of survival mode because you didn't have a home. You didn't have a place to be. You were living in your car. And so everything, like there was like no choice. You just had to do all the things. And now you're actually in a space where, you know, you have your own space. We're trying to get you your own space. The cat likes to hijack it, but like you have your own space and you're not on the run anymore. And your body is like, fucking, it's time to settle down and listen to me because I've been running on empty for the last year.
Mm-hmm. I think that's what's happening. So I'm experiencing being bored for the first time in my life, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just not a lot to do. The things that I do have to do feel difficult. I try to do like one or two things a day that I need to do and feel good about that. And then I just am not doing much. And it makes me feel, it doesn't feel good.
Yeah. So now there's how you feel about how you feel.
Mm-hmm.
So now there's like a judgment on top of that.
And tying my worth to being productive.
Yep. So it's exposing like how much of your value you tied to your productivity.
All of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of it.
So I don't know. I'm having a hard time getting stuff done. Like I want to do it, but then I'm just like, I just can't see how I could possibly get up and do anything. Requires so much energy. So I'm just burnt out and trying to figure out how to recover from that. I don't know how long that takes.
Well, it takes as long as it takes. It takes as long as it takes. I think the more that we add pressure to trying to figure something out, the more resistance we introduce into the whole experience. Right? And so we want to have as little resistance as possible. What is something that has surprised you most about, like, you weren't anticipating being able to get all your foods back, for example, like so quickly and so, I don't want to say so easily because it wasn't easy. Like it took a lot of mental preparation in the beginning and then you just kind of like did it. But like, what is one thing that you were not expecting?
I never expected people to not believe me.
Right.
I didn't expect to get my foods back because every person online tells you that it takes years and years and years and it's really difficult and you have to take probiotics and you have to take supplements. You have to do everything in this order or else you won't get well. And there's so much fear around everything and so much stress. The stress of that alone, like, will keep you sick. And so I didn't think I would get well the way that I did. I thought I'd get one thing back at a time and maybe it would take 3 years or whatever. And so, you know, I posted about it online and people are like, I don't believe you. Show us your blood work. No way that this happened. And I'm like, I didn't realize there's a whole part of the internet that has no idea that people get well like every day. But the stories are out there.
Yeah.
Like you have to find them, but they're there. If you keep like entertaining the algorithm with like stories of like gloom and doom, that's what you're going to get more of. So you never see it, I guess. But there's so many people that have healed from muscle activation, from EDS, from so like everything, everything. People heal from cancer every day.
Yeah.
Everything. I don't think there's anything incurable I've ever seen. I feel like I've seen everyone cure every condition they talk about.
Yeah.
So I don't know where all the negativity is coming from. I remember being in that position and being kind of jealous when people would get well, but I was never like not believing them.
You always had hope.
You always had hope. It always gave me hope. I was like, thank God this is not forever. And I always knew it wasn't forever. And that is part of why I got better. There are a lot of people for some reason that think that they're not going to get better. I don't know why.
Well, what I've noticed, like what I noticed with you and what I notice in the comment sections of all of your posts is like there's a lot of beliefs that like in order for me to get well, this, and this need to happen first. And so then it's constantly like you're chasing the next thing. It's like your wellness is dependent on all of these things happening outside of you that you have no control. Like who has control over whether or not they repair their gut lining?
Yeah. Well, that's what they tell you, all those things, because they're selling you something.
Right.
Here's my protocol.
Yeah.
I fucking hate the word fucking protocol. Protocol.
Right.
In other words, here's this thing that I developed that I'm going to sell you and scare you that if you don't do it, you won't get well.
Yeah.
Here's my protocol. You have to do step 1, which is buy my supplements.
Yeah.
Step 2, you have to take my supplements in this order, all 5 of them every single day, just like this. Step 3, there's this other repair formula that I've developed that I'm going to give you. This is a functional medicine wellness shop. And then step 4, there's a gut lining repair serum that you use.
Oh my God.
Step 5, we do another $3,000 gut test to see how your bacteria has changed. And I'm like, or you could just like, you know, be brave and try the foods and maybe like change your mind a little bit and do a little work on your brain. But people don't realize that the brain controls everything. They think that all the problems are here. And it's like,
I've actually heard, I watched a documentary. I heard somebody say that your gut is like a second brain. I've heard that before.
I don't know. And I don't know what that means. But I know that, like, when you know, if I get shot in the leg, they give you painkillers. The painkillers don't go travel to your leg to make it better.
They go to your brain.
Go to your brain.
Yeah.
Your brain controls whether you feel pain or not. Your brain controls whether you are just feel discomfort, whether your stomach makes stomach acid, whether your digestion works correctly. Your brain controls your hunger hormones. Your brain controls every function in your body. So I don't know why nobody believes me when I say that the solution is here.
Yeah.
Not here.
Because they're hearing it's all in your head when that's not what is being said at all. The brain is firing all of the things, causing all of the symptoms, causing all the alarms. But it is not like the symptoms are not in your head. The symptoms are real. It's how you are relating to your symptoms.
And somehow they're hearing that you should ignore your symptoms and pretend they're not there.
Yeah.
Which is like the opposite
Yeah.
of what we're saying. DNRS and the Gupta program tell you to stop, and then think about something else. And I feel like that's as good as ignoring.
Yeah.
And the alarms just get louder that way. And this is the opposite of doing that. This is allowing the symptoms to be there, sitting with the symptoms, and changing your relationship to the symptoms. So it's a totally different process. But, you know, people only know what they expose themselves to.
Right. And on that note, for fun, you had me join some Facebook groups. Some mold avoider, and fragrance and chemical avoider Facebook groups.
Yeah.
And that is a fascinating experience.
Yeah. So I was in those groups, and at the time it was comforting because, you know, there was a bunch of people like me who were in the same situation, who understood me, and that's great. And I think that's important.
That validation. Yeah.
The problem is that those groups reinforce the danger loops.
The fear. Yeah.
That, you know, everything's dangerous, everything is toxic, everything is poison, and that everything is out to get you and is going to harm you. And more, like, it's just fear all day, every day.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it just reinforces the loop. So there's nobody. And the thing is, what's interesting is when you go back to the groups and you say, hey, guys, I figured it out.
Yeah.
They just attack you.
Yeah.
How dare you come here with your solutions?
Yeah.
With your suggestions that this is anything less than incurable and miserable for life.
Yeah.
And so I had to just leave.
Yeah.
I just gave up on that. That's, you know, what they want to believe. That's where they're at. So I recommend everyone stay out of the Facebook groups unless you want to stay stuck.
I see it not just in this space, but even in like the space that I'm in, like the healing space, like emotional healing space, relationship healing space. You know, it's one thing to join a group of, you know, narcissistic survivors and get the validation and learn about, you know, the abuse and all of the things. It's another to still be in it 5 years later.
Yeah.
And to not move past it and to hold on to all of that pain and to keep carrying it and like reinforcing the stories over and over again.
Right.
So yeah, I get that because I see it all the time online every day in not just Facebook, but like other platforms. So,
and the people that lead those groups are just as stuck.
Yeah, they are.
Which is the fucked up part.
Yeah,
so
they are.
like, I'm just going to say it. The founder of the Mold Avoiders group, not only is he an asshole, an arrogant asshole who's not kind to the people in his group, but he still is scared of mold.
Yeah.
And can't live a normal life, can't just go anywhere and do anything. Still spends his time in an RV or in a tent or camping or in a safe location.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why are you taking advice from somebody who can't be normal?
Yeah.
Like, the goal is not to be able to eat just, you know, healthy, specific foods. that are like low histamine, low salicylate, whatever. The goal is not to just be able to exist in perfectly sterile environments.
It's not possible. It's not possible. And when your safety is dependent outside of you on the environment being a certain way, like if I place my safety in my environment, then any disruption to the environment is going to dysregulate my nervous system, and I'm going to be back in that fight or flight state.
Yeah.
Safety needs to be located inside of the self, so that no matter what happens on the outside of myself, and I still use my discernment, I still look at everything, I still, make decisions. I make decisions that are rooted in discernment instead of fear. And I still move from a place of discernment. But when my safety lives in my environment, then any disruption to my environment is going to make me feel unsafe and thus trigger the whole fear loop response.
Yeah. And like I bought a brand new house and a brand new car, and like most people can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
And even though I did that, then I came here with you, and there's mold here, and there's cat hair, and there's all kinds of things going on. And like I go to my friends' houses, and I go to businesses, and like they're the same way.
Yep.
They're moldy. There's stuff everywhere. What am I supposed to do? Like they would have me believe in the Facebook groups that I have to spend the rest of my life running from that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't get to be normal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no, guys, you're missing the point. The goal is to be normal.
Mm-hmm.
And they believe they can't be normal again. They think they're special now because they got ill.
Mm-hmm.
And they think that like there's some kind of special tag on them now, or like they can't ever, be like a normal person. But I am
Mm-hmm.
eating all the foods, and there's mold.
And there's cat hair,
There's a lot of things. Chemicals.
chemical. We did pretty good at getting rid of all the chemicals in my house.
Not all of them. But like we're getting
Well,
into
I think it's like it goes down to the quality of life. Like, what kind of quality of life do you have when you need to be like separated from your family, when you can't even, like, thinking back to, you weren't able to go to family dinners, like you weren't able to do all of these things because of your food intolerances, your allergies, and people just not understanding you. But like quality of life ends up shrinking so much. There are people, I wrote this, we said this in the book, there's a point in time where you were like, everybody's telling you to live in a fucking tent, and you're like, why? Like I would rather die than live in a fucking tent.
And I tried it. I reacted to the tent. I reacted to the plastic in the tent. I was like, what the fuck? I bought literally a $650 tent that was built by a guy who has MCAS. And I still reacted to it.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be like a, no flame retardant, whatever, low chemical plastic. I still reacted to it.
Yeah.
So it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I can't even do this, and I don't even want to do it.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, living in a tent is not the goal. Being in a perfect sterile environment is not the goal. The goal is to be able to stay wherever you are and to deal with whatever environment you're in.
Yeah.
And I'm doing that.
Yeah.
I seem okay.
And I mean, this doesn't mean that we don't, like, so you went down a whole rabbit hole of everything from health and nutrition to toxic chemicals to all of the things. Like, you went down so many rabbit holes. And a lot of that information is still valuable. Like, you don't want to have air wicks in the house. You don't want to use chemicals like on your body that get absorbed into your body, like, because you understand all of the health implications of that. And that makes perfect sense. Like, we can still use that information, but it, like, in your own home, but like you also used to not wash your hands in public spaces.
Mm-hmm.
You used to not use other people's hand towels.
Yeah.
Right. Like there's a level of, like, again, discernment, and then there's hypervigilance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you, so like, having been through everything that you've been through at this point, I remember one day specifically you said you were like super emotional, and you mentioned something about grief, about an experience of grief.
I guess just, it was just really difficult. Like, when you're in it, you have to keep going. But like, I couldn't go on dates. I couldn't hang out with my family because they burned candles in their house. I couldn't see a lot of my friends because they had mold in their house or they had fragrances or whatever. I spent 9 months living in my car, a lot of the time sleeping like literally on the side of the highway or in a driveway, because I couldn't tolerate whatever indoor environment I was in. And then like along the way, you lose your friends or whoever you think is your friends. You lose your family members who don't understand you. The whole thing, like, it just, MCAS, like, dismantled my entire life. I lost my job. I couldn't keep working. I didn't lose the job. I went on FMLA and then just didn't feel well enough to return. And it's a moldy building and it's a stressful job and I just couldn't do it anymore. So it just kind of stripped away everything that I had. And so, yeah, I think I still have a lot of grief to work through all the things that happened to me.
Mm-hmm. So I'm curious of your perspective on, we talked about those groups. Do you think those groups perpetuated a lot of the experiences you had in the last year? Like if you had been met with different information, when you got a reaction to something and you went into those groups and you asked questions, and you were met with, it's this strain or that strain or this test or do that.
Yeah, it made it a lot worse. The problem is that like that's the only information that's easy to find, is like, oh, that makes perfect sense. This is the kind of reaction you must have had. This is, of course you feel bad. This is what you must have reacted to. Like new bedding materials are totally toxic and full of formaldehyde. That makes perfect sense. The other stuff, I don't know why. It just wasn't there for me. Like, it wasn't easy for me to find. The, like, Joe Dispenza, Abraham Hicks stuff is not...
Well, nobody's applying it to that space.
It's not, yeah. So, it took me a long time to find any alternate information. I found Mindful Gardener first, and that helped a lot. Because for once, somebody wasn't saying, you have to do this protocol or take this supplement. He was like, it's your fucking brain. It's just your fucking brain. Eat the nachos,
Yeah.
And so that was great. The only thing that didn't work for me with his program, I guess, is that it's a program. He says you have to do hours of visualizations and there's steps and it takes years to recover. And that just wasn't my experience. It didn't resonate with me. But the things that he says about, allowing your symptoms and, the way that you talk to yourself is all of that is spot on and helped me a lot. So that was the first time that I was exposed to anything other than you have to heal your gut. You have to heal your gut. You have to heal your gut. It's bullshit. Bullshit, by the way. You have to heal your gut is bullshit.
Your gut will naturally heal when you
change your mind and your body will follow. You have to heal your gut is bullshit. I have to say it one more time because it's all you hear.
Yeah.
You have to heal your gut is bullshit. You're not in charge of healing your gut. You don't know how to do that.
It will do it itself. Yeah. Yeah. The body has a way to naturally heal itself when we stop resisting it.
And the chronic stress and the constant worry is like making it so much
fear loop.
Worse.
The fear loop.
Yeah. It makes you sick.
Yeah.
The only thing I thought I need to do now to keep myself well is to manage my stress.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. I'm not worried about what I'm eating. I'm not worried about if I'm exposed to something, a chemical or a mold. I'm just worried about, can I manage my stress? Is my stress going to get out of control? And that is all that I care about.
Well, yeah, because the stress is what drops your immune system. The stress response turns your immune system off, and that's when all of the things happen. So, yeah.
So the prescription this week is for everybody to chill the fuck out.
smoke a
people
little
in
pot.
yeah, people in my DMs that are like, "Did you have this? Did you have this? Did you have this symptom?" Chill the fuck out. Chill the fuck out.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I've gotten people message me too and be like, did she have this? Like, it's like they resonate with what you say, but then they need to make sure that you also have these things, because if you didn't have these things, then it doesn't apply to me.
They're trying to keep themselves safe by making sure.
Yeah.
By making sure.
Yeah.
And I get it, because I was just like that.
Yeah.
But that's another part of like the same.
It's part of the loop. It's
Yeah.
all part of the loop. Yeah.
Yep. So the prescription is to chill the fuck out.
Okay.
It doesn't make anybody any money. So.
No, it doesn't, right? You can't sell a protocol
Mm-mm.
if it's chilling out. Maybe
Yeah.
we should like get some like endorsement from some edible company or something.
Maybe. That would be nice.
Yeah.
Call us. I feel like that's it. It can be a little short.
Mhm.